सुरू करा मॅडम.
Renuka madam, please start.
Yes. Yes, very good morning to one and all. Dear student friends, we are going to start with our today's session. At the outset, allow me to welcome all the participants, all the students, and I express my heartfelt thanks to all the stakeholders of this online. Shamim sir. Dr. Abdul Shamim is an assistant professor of English at Renuka Mahavidyalaya, Besa. He has got 12 years of teaching experience at various levels. His area of interest is Indian writing in English, and he is the IQAC coordinator of the college. Sir is active in all the activities related to designing the curriculum and preparing the course material and preparing the notes as well. And we are very fortunate to have Dr. Shamim with us. His insightful lecture on the topic, the time management, will surely be a kind of landmark in this series. And with these few words, let me welcome Dr. Shamim and request him to take over this session.
Thank you, Renuka Roy ma'am, for such a wonderful words. Shall I share my presentation, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, please go ahead.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Just for giving me this opportunity to deliver today's lecture on the topic time management. Time management, as it has been rightly said by the great soft skills trainer Robin Sharma in his book The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Time management is life management. Now there are various quotations which are related to time. It is said by Thomas Edison, time is the most valuable thing in the world. Now we are going to see how time management is related to life management. Each and everybody is given 24 hours on this earth, whether it is a pauper or a prince. We all have got 24 hours, but how we are going to utilize those 24 hours will decide the future. Whether he is a student or an employer or a person who is dealing in his personal life, each and everybody has got 24 hours. Now, time does not work in isolation. When we come in contact with time, because a life is full of activities, we have to perform so many activities. From cradle to grave, we have to perform innumerable activities. And how we perform those activities in a limited span of time decide our future. So here in this lecture, we are going to see how we are able to perform those innumerable activities which have been assigned to us, or we want to perform those activities in order to become successful in a life, a valuable time. So three things are very important here. First, we have to plan, because we have to perform so many activities and we have got very limited span of time. So within a limited span of time, we have to perform those activities. So we have to make a plan. If we are planning, surely we are going to get success. If we are not planning, it means we are going towards failure. So for performing each and every activity, we have to plan. After planning, we have to organize. And then we have to prioritize. Means there are so many activities, but we have to prioritize those activities which are very important for us, because there are certain activities which are very important for us. Some activities are very urgent for us. Some activities are necessary for us. So we have to prioritize the activities. Then only we can make the most of our valuable time. Madam, my slide is visible? Madam, is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's visible. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Now the question arises, why time management matters? Now time management is important for us. Time management is important for us in order to avoid deadlines. And we want, is why we have to manage time. We want to enhance our productivity. That is why it is very important that we have to make time management in order to achieve a balance and fulfilling life. That is why it is very important to make time management. And we have to achieve many goals in a life. We have got so many ambitions, and we have to achieve those ambitions in a life. So that is why it is very important to make time management. We want to achieve a passion. Now, what is the importance of time management? Whether you are a student and you want to excel in your academic life, so it is very important to make time management. If you are a professional and you are working somewhere, there are so many assignments which have been assigned to you, and you have to execute those assignments in a time bound manner. So again, you have to focus on time management, because you have to execute those assignments given to you in a limited span of time before a deadline. So in a professional life also, time management is very important. Even in a personal life, we have to give time and space to our family members, to our relatives, to our neighbors, to our friends. So it is very important to make time management. As the line goes, W.H. Longfellow says, we cannot retreat a single moment. Whatever is lost, it can never be retreated. It cannot be restored. That is why it is very important to utilize a moment of a life fruitfully. And how it is possible when we are going to make time management. Now there are various theories. In the first 3 slides, we have talked about what is time. Time does not work in isolation. When a person comes in contact with time, so he has to perform so many activities. So activities, jobs, work, they are associated with time. And how a person is going to perform those activities within a limited span of time, that decides the future of that person. In the second slide, we have seen how time management can be defined. Because time refers to planning, organizing, prioritizing tasks to make the most of a valuable time. In the third slide, we have seen why time management matters. Because we want to live a stress-free life. That is why it is very important for us to make time management. Before the deadline, we have to perform those activities. We want to live a balanced and fulfilling life. We have to achieve the passions and ambition. Then we have seen what is the importance of time. Time is important if you are a student and you want to achieve excel in your academic life. So you have to make time management. Then in your professional life, there are several assignments which have been assigned to you, and you have to now there are various theories and techniques which have been discovered by various great scholars how we can manage our time, because time is directly related with activities, and in a life we have to perform those activities, and how we are going to manage those activities in relation with time, that is called time management. Now the first theory which has been propounded by the President of the United States of America, Eisenhower. That is why the theory is called the Eisenhower matrix. It is associated with urgent, important matrix. It deals with urgent and important, as you can see on my slide. Urgent and important. Urgent and important activities. It has been divided into 4 quadrants. The first quadrant deals with urgent and important. If the activities are very urgent and important for you, you have to perform those activities immediately without any delay. Because we know delay means danger. As it is said that procrastination is a grave under which opportunities are buried. So here the first quadrant of Eisenhower says that whatever activities are very urgent and important for us, we have to perform those activities immediately. Now I'm going to explain it with a simple example. You have been given that you have to submit, you are a student and you have been given the task that you have to submit your assignment on 5th of June. It is very urgent and important for you. You have to devote your as many hours as you can to write your assignment and submit it before 5th of June, because it is an urgent and important assignment for you. Now the second quadrant tells us about not urgent but important. Some activities we see that those activities are important for us, but they are not so urgent. For example, you are a student of final year and you want to take admission in MBA, or you want to take admission in BEd, or you want to take admission. We will take the example of the student of MBA who is in final year. Now his examination begins on 10th of June. And after his examination, he has to appear in the examination for MBA. Entrance for, that is CAT, CET. So he has to do the preparation for the entrance examination that is going to happen after his university examination. So he has to devote some time for his entrance examination. Now that examination is very important for him, but that is not so urgent. So what he has to do, he has to make a plan how he is going to give some time to his entrance examination while preparing for his university examination. So that activity is called second quadrant, that is called not urgent but important. That examination is no doubt important, but it is not so urgent. So he has to make a schedule and prioritize those activities. Here I have given you the example of the entrance examination of MBA of a student, but not important. Now there are so many activities which are urgent but not so important. For example, you are a student and you have to bring the assignment book which you have submitted in the previous semester in a college. Now sometimes it is not possible for you to go, you are busy in your studies and it is not possible for you to go to college and bring that assignment book. So if your friend is going in college to bring his assignment book, so you can ask him that he should bring your assignment book. So that is the work which is urgent but not so important. So you can delegate these activities if possible for you, that you have given that task to your friend, that you are going to college right now, I'm busy in my studies, so you can do me a favor. You are going for bringing your assignment book, so you can also bring my assignment book. If you can face any kind of problem, so you can contact me. I'm going to request to my teacher. So that is called, these activities sometimes are very urgent but not so important. And Eisenhower metric tells us about those activities which are urgent but not so important. We have to delegate them. Sometimes we are busy in our studies and a friend is calling, and we know the mentality of a friend that he is going to take a lot of time, and we know that a concentration is going to be distracted. So what we are going to tell, if we are sitting along with a mother, or if we are sitting along with a friend, so we can tell that friend to tell a person who is on the phone that right now he is busy, whenever he is free he is going to call you. So that is called the activity which is eliminate those activities. For example, right now we are so busy on social platform. Those activities we know that they are not going to give us anything. On the contrary, they are going to take a lot of time. It is not a fruitful activity. It is unproductive activity. It is going to take a lot of time. We are going to kill our time. So we keep scrolling on Instagram, Facebook, even we watch videos, reels, and we know that these activities are not at all important for us. They are not going to provide us any knowledge. And we're simply watching in order to while away time. So we should understand that these activities are neither urgent nor important for us. So we should try to eliminate those activities. We should try to skip those activities. So the first technique which has been told to us by the propounder Eisenhower, and that technique is called Eisenhower matrix or urgent important matrix. That matrix is totally depend on urgency and importance, and that has been divided into 4 quadrants. If the activities is urgent and important, we have to perform that activity immediately. If it is not urgent but important, so we have to make a plan for it. If the activity is urgent but not important, so we can delegate that activity to somebody if it is possible. In the 4th quadrant, if the activity is neither urgent nor important, that I have given you the example on social media, that activity is neither urgent nor important, and we waste a lot of time, money, and energy while watching those videos. It doesn't give us anything. Now, the second technique, Pareto principle. Now I'm telling you about the theories and techniques about managing time, because I have told you that time is always in direct relation with activities, and we have got a very limited span of time, and we have to perform innumerable activities, and how we perform those activities will decide our future, our career. So sometime Pareto principle tells us it is the rule of 80-20. This rule tells us that sometime we have to put only 20% efforts and we get the result of 80%. Sometimes we have to put a lot of efforts and we get a negligible result. That is called 80% efforts and 20% result. Now I'll explain this with an example. Suppose the teacher has given you the task that she has decided that she is going to conduct your extra class the next day, and you are a class monitor, and in your class there are 50 students, and she has given you the task to convey the message to all the 50 students of the class that the teacher is going to conduct an extra class the next day. So how you are going to apply this Pareto principle here? You have got the contact numbers of your friends, of your classmates. Instead of calling an individual friend, what you are going to do? You are going to make a WhatsApp group. You have got the contact number of all of your friends. You are going to form a WhatsApp group, and you are going to put a message in that group that a class teacher has decided that she is going to conduct an extra class the next day on this particular time, on this particular venue. So you have put only 20% efforts and you have got the result of 80%. Now we'll make it more clear by putting another example of Pareto principle. How it is possible that by putting 20% efforts, we can get 80% results. Take another example. Your mother has given you the task to bring the grocery from the market. Now you know the list is long and you have to purchase so many grocery items. So what you are going to do? You will take a decision that you are going to visit some mall or DMart, where you know that under one roof you will get all the grocery items. So here what you have done, you have put a 20% efforts and you have got the result of 80%. You will simply go to that mall and you will take a list and you will collect from DMart all the items which have been written in your list, and you will collect it, all those items, in within 1 hour, and you will bring all the grocery items which have been asked to you by your mother in an hour. So here that was a gigantic task before you, but you have performed it by putting only 20% efforts and you have got the result of 80%. Otherwise, while purchasing those items, it will take at least 4 to 5 hours. You will have to go to different shops in order to purchase those items. You have decided that you will go to any mall, for example DMart, and you have purchased all those items in an hour, because under one roof you will get all the items. Take another example. Your friend has told you that they have decided that they will go to watch movie, and you have been assigned the task of you are going to book the ticket online. So you are putting only 20% efforts and you are getting 80% results. So here we can apply Pareto principle by putting only 20% efforts, we can get 80% result. But every time it is not possible. Some task is very complicated. It is very subtle, and they need 80% efforts, and we get only 20% result. For example, right now we have given the task of census. As you all know very well, right now the work of census is going on. And being a supervisor, we have to go on field, and under our supervision, there are 7 enumerators. So we have been assigned the task to register and to collect the data of each family, each block. Now, for example, in Narendranagar, in 7 blocks, there are near about 1,000 houses. Means each enumerator has been assigned near about 100 to 150 houses. So what we are going to do, first of all, we have to go on field, and we have to decide about the area which has been allotted to each enumerator. We have to mark that area. We have to visit the home of each and every person in that locality, in that block. So it is a time consuming task. It will take 4 to 5 days, because you have to identify those lanes, you have to identify the area. But after it has taken you a week, but gradually you will find that after, in the second week, in within 3 to 4 days, you will complete the task. You will collect the data of near about 150 to 180 houses in within 3 to 4 days. How it is possible that you have collected the data of 100 to 150 houses in within 3 to 4 days? Earlier, you have taken a period of 1 week while identifying the whole area. So sometimes it takes 80% efforts. When we have worked upon a basic, so it is quite easy for us to work on the task which is ahead. That the task which is ahead of us will be quite simpler for us, because we have put our foundation. Sometimes the basic takes a lot of time, because we have to understand the basic. Once we have understood the basic, then we will find the task quite simpler and easier. I hope you have understood the Pareto principle, that is based on 80-20 rules. Sometimes we have to put only 20% efforts and we'll get 80% results. Sometimes it is possible that we have to put 80% efforts and we will get only a 20% result. I have given the example. You have to remember the example. Of going for a grocery, if you go to mall, so you put only 20% efforts, you will get 100% result. Now GTD. This technique has been developed by David Allen. And what is this technique about? Now, this technique is all about, it has been divided into 5 steps. First, you have to capture. Then you have to clarify. Then you have to organize. Then reflect. Then engage. Whenever any activity we have to perform, this technique tells us, which has been developed by Dr. David Allen, getting things done, GTD. So we should not start these activities haphazardly. We have to make a plan. And this technique tells us, first we have to capture, then clarify, organize, reflect, and engage. Now we are going to see how it is going to be applicable, in real life. For example, you have to go to open your bank account. You are going to capture what are the documents which are going to be needed. You are going to need your passport size photograph, your Aadhaar card, your residential proof, then you have made it very clear that which documents you are going to be needed. After knowing those documents, you are going to organize those documents. Then you are going to reflect over it, that whether any other whether any other document is also needed. You have to keep the photocopy of your Aadhaar card. Along with the photocopy of your Aadhaar card, you have to take your original Aadhaar card. Then you have to start performing those activities. Then you have to move from your home to your bank. So here I have given you the example of how it is applicable, GTD, how it is applicable. Same is the case when you go to fill your examination form. So again, you have to think about what documents are needed. Then you have to clarify, means how much is the examination fees, what time the office is open, what documents are needed. You should not start the things haphazardly. You have to make activity for you. Sometime I have seen that so many students come to fill the examination form, but they don't have document with them. They don't know what documents are going to be needed. So they can inquire. They go to open the bank account, but they don't know what documents are needed. They go to make changes in their Aadhaar card. Sometimes we have to go to Aadhaar center in order to make changes in our Aadhaar card. Sometimes we need to change a mobile number. They can use the technique of GTD. Means they can capture what activities, what documents are going to be needed while going to perform that activity, while performing that task. So they should be very clear. Then they have to organize those documents. Then again they have to reflect over it, and then they have to move. Otherwise, they have gone from their home to Aadhaar center, that is 5 kilometers away. Then the person is telling, now you are going to need it. You should bring your own original Aadhaar card, which you haven't brought. Then you haven't brought your mobile number on which you will get your OTP. So here, this technique tells us how to capture, clarify, organize, reflect, and engage. Now the fourth technique, that technique is called Pomodoro technique. And this technique has been developed by the Italian person, Francisco Cerilio. Actually, he faces a lot of problem while concentrating. So he has done a simple, he has experimented a simple activity, that he sits for study only for 25 minutes, and for 25 minutes he has set an alarm, and that alarm was of the shape of a tomato. In Italian, tomato means pomodoro. They say pomodoro for tomato. So that alarm has the shape of a tomato. So that is why the name of the technique is after that, the shape of the tomato alarm. That is why it is called Pomodoro technique. Now this technique tells us about that we have to sit for any task for 25 minutes. After that, we have to perform that Pomodoro technique, means that Pomodoro 4 times. And after every 25 minutes, when the alarm is rung, you have to take a break of 5 to 10 minutes. It will help us to concentrate on that activity, because sometimes the student finds it very difficult to concentrate on the difficult task. So that task has been broken into small pieces of 25 minutes, and then take a break of 5 minutes and relax. If a student is studying some is doing the study of a subject which is quite difficult for him. So he can apply the technique of Pomodoro. He is going to set an alarm in his mobile phone that he is going to concentrate, he is going to study for only 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, he is going to take a break of 5 minutes. Then again, it is going to be repeated 4 times, means 25 minutes, means 100 minutes. He is going to study and he is going to take a break of 5 minutes 4 times, means he is going to study 80 minutes. After repeating 4 times, he is going to take a break of 25 to 30 minutes. He can take a break. That is called a Pomodoro technique. That technique is quite helpful for those students who are appearing for the competitive exams or who is studying for higher studies and they find the subject is quite difficult for them. Those who are preparing for NEET or JEE, so they can use this technique of Pomodoro. Means they have to break the study into pieces, means they have to study for 25 minutes, then they have to take a break of 5 minutes, and it is going to be repeated consecutively 4 times. That after the fourth one, you have to take a break of 25 to 30 minutes. It is also very helpful for the students, those who are pursuing higher studies. Or sometimes we are also busy in difficult for us, and it is quite exhausting activity. So we can also apply Pomodoro technique. In that, we can also apply Pomodoro technique. Now, this technique has been proposed by Brian Tracy, and that technique tells us about eat that frog. Now, you have seen the photograph of a frog, but it doesn't have anything to do with frog. Because you must have seen it is quite disgusting to eat that frog. But it has been used figuratively. Now, frog indicates that the difficult task. And it has been wonderfully said by Mark Twain. If it is your job to eat a frog, it is best to do it first thing in the morning. And if it is your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. So here, frog has been used figuratively. Frog is symbolically used for a difficult task, complicated task, subtle task. If the task is very difficult, so perform that task first. Take the most difficult task in the morning, when you start your day, when you are quite refreshing and energetic. So you should start that task early in the morning, and you will find that once you have performed that difficult task, so you'll see all the other tasks will in a very short span of time, because we get exhausted while thinking about the difficult task that I have to perform. Still, that difficult task is not performed, and we have to perform that task. So here, Brian Tracy tells us about that we have to start with a difficult task, and once we have performed the and we will perform those tasks in a very shorter span of time. If you are a student and you find a particular topic very difficult, so try to wake up early in the morning and start that difficult topic which you find, and just start with that difficult task. You'll find that at the end of the day, you have performed all the activities which you have decided, because you have started with a difficult task. So that is called eat that frog. The technique has been proposed to us by Brian Tracy. Now this is the technique which is called time blocking technique. I'm telling you about all the theories and techniques related to activities or tasks, because our life is full of activities. And as it is wonderfully said by Robert Frost in a very short poem, stopping by a wood on a snowy evening. Woods are dark and deep. Woods are dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. But I have promises to keep. That there are so many activities which we have to perform in our life. There are so many activities which we have to perform, but we have very limited span of time. So the best way is to plan. Now, time blocking method tells us about that before going to bed, you have to make a plan. What you are going to do the next day. From the time you wake up till the time you go to bed. Here the example is given to you before your eyes. All the activities which you are going to perform the next day. When you wake up in the morning till the time you go to bed, write all the activities what you are going to perform. So you will find that you have allotted a particular time to those particular activities. So you will find, just you have written that you are going to wake up 6 o'clock in the morning and you will go for walking. You will do fitness. Then you will return to your home at 7 o'clock. You will have a cup of tea and breakfast. Then you will go to your college at 8 o'clock. Then from 8 to 11, you will attend all the lectures. Then from 11 to 5, you will sit in. From 11 to 1 o'clock, you will sit in your college library. Then you will return to your home at 2 o'clock. Then you will have your lunch. You will take a nap from 2 to 3. Then again, you will sit for your self-study. Then you will perform the activity of your home, the activity which have been told to you by your parents. So in that way, you can perform those activities, and before going to bed, you can check all the activities which you have decided to perform on that particular day, you have done. And if you are not able to perform that activity on that particular day, again, you are going to make a timetable for the next day, and you can include those activities in the timetable of the next day. Then again, before going to bed, you can check. So the timetable will tell you whether you are utilizing your time fruitfully or you are simply just wasting your time. There is no need to tell to you. Even your timetable will tell you whether you are using your time productively or not. Now this technique, it is also widely used. That is called SMART. S stands for specific. You should be very specific about your goal. Now again, take the example. We are going to apply it through example. It will be quite understood for you if we apply it in a real life by taking the example. Now you are a student and you have decided that in your graduation you have to score more than 70%. But that is your goal after 3 years. Right now you are in first year, you have taken admission in first year and you have decided that you have to complete your graduation with 70%. So you have to concentrate on your first semester. Means in your first semester, you have to decide that your 3 years graduation has been divided into 3 years in 6 semesters. So you have to concentrate on each and every semester. That is going to happen in every 6 months. Your examination of your semester is going to happen in every 6 months. So you have to concentrate on 6 months only. You have to concentrate on each and every semester. In each and every semester, I have to score more than 70%, because my aim in graduation is that I have to score more than 70%. So you have decided that you have to concentrate on your each semester. That will help you to score 70% aggregate in your graduation. That is called specific. Be very specific. Then your goal should be measurable. Just I have given an example that you have decided that you have to score more than 70% in your graduation. So you have, right now you have started concentrating on each semester. Now it should be measurable. Means you have decided that you are going to learn French and you have joined the classes of French, and it will take 6 months to get mastery over French. So after 1 month, after 2 months, you should be able to assess your performance for 2 weeks, whether you are able to play that musical instrument. It should be measurable. Then whatever goal you are going to decide, it should be achievable. Means you are capable of getting 70%. So you can make the aim of getting 80%, but you are a student of 70% and you are deciding that you have to score 95%. So it should not be unachievable. It should be achievable. And it should be achieved within a stipulated period of time. That we have taken the example that after completing a graduation, means within 3 years, you have to score 70%. So that is achievable. Means you are a student of 65% and you have decided to score more than 70%. So that is an achievable task, and it should be time bound. Then it should be relevant. Means it should be aligned with your final goal. That you have decided that after completing your graduation with 70%, you are going to appear in the entrance examination for MBA, CAT, CET. So it should be relevant with your final goal. If you have done good in your graduation, so obviously there is a possibility that you will excel in your post-graduation, and in campus you'll be selected. Then it should be time bound. Your goal should be time bound. Means you have to achieve your goal within a limited period of time. If it is not time bound, so it doesn't carry any kind of sense. It should be time bound. You have joined the class of French, and if you are not able to get mastery within a period of 6 months or a period of 1 year, so it doesn't carry any kind of sense. You are just going through it and you are not able to achieve it. So it doesn't carry any kind of sense. It should be done immediately. It should not be delayed. Otherwise, procrastinate. As I have told you, procrastination is a grave under which we bury opportunities. There are certain activities we can perform within 2 minutes. Suppose you are studying and you have referred so many books and they are lying on a table. Now you are going out. You have decided that you are going to wind up your studies and you will go out. Now you know that it will take more than 2 minutes to put your books, pen, papers in its proper place. So you can do it within 2 minutes and you will find everything neat and tidy. If you leave it untidy, again, next time when you sit, then it will take a lot of time to take that notes, to find that notes which you need. But when you arrange it systematically, and if it is possible for you, within 2 minutes, do it immediately. If you are getting a call and you are moving out, but you know that call can be answered within 2 minutes, so you can attend that call. If you have got an email, if you've got a WhatsApp message and you are busy in some activity, but you know that message can be answered within 2 minutes, so we have to perform that task immediately. And that is also very helpful for us. It doesn't allow us to pile up activities. If it is possible to do it in within 2 minutes, so do it. Eventually, your activities should be done by you. If you are going to leave unattended that activity, eventually you have to do it. When when you will get time, so you have to do that activity. So if it is possible for you to do it immediately, you should do it. If you are going to manage time properly, what we are going to get? Here there are certain benefits which we are going to get if we are going to arrange times meticulously. We are going to exceed in academic as well as in professional life. Whether you are a student or you are a CEO, if you are going to manage your time properly, so you are going to excel in your academic as well as in your professional life. You can you can achieve you can achieve great success in your career as well as in your personal life, because in your personal life also you have to give time to your relatives, to your friends, to your neighbors. So if you are able to manage time effectively, you will be able to enjoy the fruit in your career and as well as in your personal life. You can also achieve physical and mental health. Right now, we see in a very young age, there are so many engineers, they are not able to cope up with stress. They are not catered to their assignment. So they appear to be mentally fatigued. They appear to be us physically unfit. They have got pot belly. They don't have time. Whenever we ask them, they just sit and perform the assignment which has been given to them and they eat. They do not get proper time. They do not get proper sleep because they are not able to manage time. That is why we can see the impact on their physique as well as on their mind. If we are able to manage time, so we can achieve physique as well as mental peacefulness. For wellness and mental peace, time management is very important. We have to give time for ourselves, and when it is possible, when we are going to manage, when we are going to budgeting our time very shrewdly, then only we are going to get time for ourselves. Now, our greatest assist, as it has been said by Brian Tracy, that a greatest asset is a earning ability, but a greatest resource is a time. It has been wonderfully said. A greatest resource is a time. So we have to use our time very fruitfully. And I have told you about the various techniques and theories which have been propounded by great skill trainers. And if we are going to apply those techniques in life, we'll certainly get result. Thank you, ma'am. Here
Thank you
I
very
wind
much.
up my lecture.
Thank you very much, Shamim sir, for your wonderfully elaborate as well as very to the point lecture. And dear student friends, it is rightly said that money saved is money earned. Similarly, time saved is time earned. That is what we learned from today's lecture, as we should save time very earnestly. At the similar time, we should be able to invest time wisely. So once you lost your time, you will not get it back. Sir has very nicely elaborated on various how to classify the task as per their priorities and how to allocate the time as per the importance of the task. In his presentation, he talked about some of the techniques to manage the time, and He has also given you some tips about to avoid wasting your time and and schedule your work so that there should not be any scope for procrastination. And even if you are procrastinating, it should be a time that you are giving to your brain for calculating your future plan. Sir has given a few guidelines about the SMART goal settings, and it is very important for our students. And he has elaborated on benefits of time management. Overall, the presentation was extremely comprehensive, and I am quite confident that if the students they follow the guidelines given in this presentation, they can really be successful in their endeavors in personal as well as professional life. I, on behalf of the organizers, once again wish to thank Dr. Shamim sir for sparing his valuable time, making such a beautifully visually impactful presentation, and deliberating on this platform. I thank Dr. Meenakshi Vasnik madam for her constant, perseverance and her interest in this series. And with these words, I take to leave for the day. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.